having me today. My name is Lauren, and I'm going to talk to you guys about fleet leasing or fleet management. Just by a show of hands, how many people could explain to me right now what fleet management is? Okay, a little iffy. Okay. How many of you think that you've been exposed to fleet management? If you've ever been on a road that looks like this, then you've been exposed to fleet management. Some of our clients, and I'm going to be referring to ARI, which is the largest privately owned fleet management company, just as a reference point throughout this speech. Some of our clients are well-known: Google, Pepsi, pharmaceutical companies such as GlaxoSmithKline, and FedEx. So if you've ever drank a Pepsi, we were part of that process of getting that drink into your hands. ARI, according to the fleet leasing industry statistics on IBIS, it takes 15.5% of the market. Other companies you might be more familiar with, such as Enterprise, have about 4% of the market. We're going to go through 3 programs today that will kind of help you understand what fleet management is and how it can make a company more effective. So first, let's go over the fuel management program that ARI offers. According to my industry expert, Jessica Karras, who also works at ARI, fuel is the largest spend most fleets have. ARI partners with a credit card company called WEX, and we are able to integrate all the data they have so we can do all the reporting, see where drivers are fueling up, see if it's efficient, find different places that they can go to in the area so they can get cheaper fuel options. We also have a call center that is open from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that a driver can call into to get anything, like if they forget their PIN number or they can't get fuel because their card isn't working. We can actually pay for that right over the phone for them. According to the Journal of Financial Crime, credit card fraud has currently reached a $1 billion mark and is still growing. So this data integration that fleet management companies can get really can help prevent credit card fraud from happening to the company and save them a lot of money, which in return can make their organization more efficient. The next program we're going to go over is the maintenance program. ARI has a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week maintenance center that is always open, Christmas Day, snowstorms, anything. So your fleet can get assistance whenever it's needed. Also, to go back to the fuel program, if our other call center is closed, they can call the maintenance center and they will assist them with buying that fuel. All of our technicians are certified to the highest standards, and they have had industry experience actually working on vehicles. Our technicians are, they have specific clients that they handle. So we have a railroad group that only helps railroads out. We have a group that helps out smaller fleets, like smaller cars such as pharmaceutical fleets. Then we have a larger truck analyst group, and all of those specialized areas help the clients be able to get what they need when they need it. All of our technicians have the ability to negotiate and really get the price to where it should be, because they know how much how many labor hours it should be, and how much the parts actually cost. There was an article in the Philadelphia Business Journal that stated the Utah Director of Fleet actually saved $90,000 a year just on paper costs alone using ARI's maintenance program. That's because our technicians were able to get those costs down, and instead of having to pay each individual maintenance provider, they were able just to pay ARI one time at the end of the month. So that really helps create a more efficient fleet for them, and that's just one example where that can happen. Our third program we're going to go over today is a licensing and compliance program. This is helpful for all fleets, even if they're equipment driven, because anything that's on the road needs to be licensed and needs to be compliant to the standard of the type of vehicle. We have individuals in our licensing department that are experts on the individual state itself, as well as, again, the specific type of fleet. So again, we have a railroad expert, and each one of them is an expert in a specific state. This really helps us be able to be knowledgeable and assist the client with specific requests, especially when they're one-off situations, so we can keep the fleet effective and efficient. ARI has also provided the ability to act as a DMV and produce license plates and registrations. When I was interviewing my industry expert at Jessica Paris, she advised that when we are audited, we actually come out cleaner than most state DMVs do. It is important to keep the vehicles compliant, because if they're not compliant, there are many laws that they can break that can cost them a lot of money. Jessica actually went through a story with me about when she first started at ARI. She had a client, and they did not want to be DOT compliant. If you guys aren't familiar what DOT is, it's basically a licensing regulation for large trucks, and it's, if you see a tractor trailer down the road, it needs to be DOT compliant. They didn't want to do it because it was costly. Sadly, one of their drivers was in a fatal accident, and the other person died, and they were almost shut down because they were not compliant. So as you can see, it is very important to keep your fleet compliant and licensed properly. In conclusion, ARI and other fleet management companies are able to create an efficient fleet and keep everything running smoothly, so you can focus on your daily business and let the experts handle the licensing, fuel, and maintenance needs that you have. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please let me know.